Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight with Spiritual Readings with Rev Jeanne. I'm Jeannie. I'd like to take a moment to recognize everyone and just give out a few announcements while we're waiting for everyone to join us. First of all, we'd like to invite you to come in on Friday nights to our open circles. For those of you that have never attended before, it's a wonderful experience. It's a way to show people firsthand spirit communication and how it works. And I can guarantee that everyone that comes in for a Friday night circle will receive a message, whether it's from myself or one of the other many qualified mediums that I have that show up. A wonderful group of people. At the first time, it's always free. It never costs a penny. If you decide you want to come back, then we ask for a donation of $10 a person. Just so that people know, with these donations, what we're doing with them is we're trying to get enough together to get a building so that we can put everything in a more professional setting. Right now, everything is out of our home, and it can cause some difficulties, and some people are uncomfortable with that. But that's what we're hoping for, and that's why we ask for donations. The readings, of course, are always free that are here on this show and on Facebook Live. And if you do make a donation, I need you to understand that in no way influences whether or not you'll get a reading on here, because this is done in a different format. With these shows, I wait for spirit to come into me. I don't choose who the reading goes to. They choose it for me. So please have patience. If you don't get one tonight or the next couple nights that we're on, don't get angry. Don't give up on us. Okay. We won't give up on you. And I definitely won't give up on spirit. These readings are my give back to the community and to spirit for allowing me to work with them. You know, I've been doing this work for a whole lot of years, going on 40, last I looked. But it's a part of my life. It's a beautiful expression as far as I'm concerned. And that's what we try to work with. Okay. Also, share the heck out of these videos, please, because the more you share, for each and every time you share a video, your name goes into a drawing for a free reading at the end of the month. Now, the name will be drawn the 30th, I believe, is the last Wednesday. So please, as many times as you share, let us, we check the program afterwards, the feed, and that tells us who didn't, who actually shared the videos. Your name will go in. I don't care if it's once or 10 different times. If it's 10 times, your name will go in the basket 10 times. So just so you understand that. Also, we have classes coming up at the end of the month. Those classes are for psychic development and mediumship. I tell everybody, I can't teach you to be psychic. You already are. It's that gut instinct, woman's intuition. Men generally tend to use the word, it's a hunch. They're all psychic abilities. What I can do is teach you how to enhance those abilities to use it in your daily life. What I do teach is mediumship, which is spirit communication. If you're interested in this at all, please private message my Facebook page, after the show, and leave your physical address so that I can send you the brochures. It doesn't in any way commit you to anything or any part of the program. It's for informational purposes only. And then that way you can choose. Okay. I think that's it on the announcements for now. Time to work. Okay. 1 second here. Okay. A lot of energy. Almost feeling closed in tonight. All right. Sabrina Glinsky, how are you tonight, dear? Sabrina, there's a woman standing here, and I feel almost, I don't want to say angry, but confused with her energy. She's unsure. It's like she wants to connect with you, but she's unsure that you would accept her energy. I feel like a grandmother, mother side of the family with this. Definitely mother side of the family. If it wasn't your grandmother, it was someone related directly to her. When she was here in the physical world, you didn't get along real well. I think what she's telling me is that you did not care for her. Okay. Now, It's not, I'm not making a judgment here. I'm only giving the message as it's coming through. Okay. She just wants you to know that she does care for you. She always did. Excuse me. You were quite young when she passed on, but she's saying she didn't know how to show her feelings. It was very hard. She came from an old school where you just didn't show feelings. It was all about work and production and making things good in your life. And she wants you to know that she does care. She does love you. She wishes that she had had a better relationship with you, but she's hoping that now one can be built through just information, through love, and through energy. I feel really good with her. For as strict or as imposing as her vibration is, I want to say she had a good heart. She really did care, and she's telling you the truth. She didn't know how to show her emotion. I hope that makes sense. And I yeah, okay. Um, she's saying you always did have stars in your eyes when you were a little girl. And she's saying keep the stars there. That's important. Okay. I believe that that's just a way of you identifying her. But I'll let it go. God bless. Okay. Andrea Bly. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Um, Twice now I've seen your name, and twice it's like I want to stop the scrolling. Andrea, there's a woman here for you also, but with her there's excitement. There's just she's uncertain of herself. I want to say she hasn't been in spirit a tremendously long time, maybe a year, maybe a little bit less, because she's saying she's kind of new to all this. She's saying, tell him I said hello. I believe that this is a mate of yours, a mate or a son, more of a son. She used to dote on this young man that's around you. Would you know who I'm talking about? Hopefully I can get you up in the feed here and find out. Um, Andrea, she's saying he needs time. He needs time and direction. She's saying don't give up on him. He's worth it. Which tells me that you're in a situation of being at like the end of your rope, so to speak. The way parents or grandparents sometimes get with all the kids. Don't give up on them because there's something coming through. You're going to be needed and wanted, and that's really important. I hope you can make sense of all that. God bless. I'll let that go. Oh, okay. Danielle Lasher. Danielle, as it's going through, I have a spirit here standing and it's just rubbing hands together, like waiting, very anxious. I feel a male vibration with this. And I also want to give like a sigh of relief. It's like finally I can say something. I can finally get through. I hope you can understand this message. I'm not sure what it is, but he's saying, I didn't realize things would go this way. Something to do with his crossing or his passing away or just with his death. He's saying he didn't realize things would go the way they did, but he's saying, don't worry, I'm okay. He's also kind of got a joking side to him. He's saying, it's not so bad over here. Things are different and I can get along better with people. It tells me he had difficulty getting along with people when he was living in the physical world. A lot of it was from Danielle, a lack of understanding, but he wants you to know he's well, he's okay, and he's saying, just don't give up. Just hang in there. You're having the same difficulty with someone else in your life, the same type of difficulty. It may not be the exact same, but he's saying he'll learn his lesson sooner than I did. And he's laughing about that because to him that's been kind of like a family joke, saying, well, I didn't learn, or this one didn't learn, so maybe the next one down the line will. Just remember that we talked about it, okay? It's important, and it's important to him to know, him to tell you that he loves you. For some reason, he's saying, "I'm sorry," but it's done with it comes from the heart from him. Okay. God bless. Thank you, hon. All right. Remember, folks, as you're coming online. Oh, by the way, I did want to mention two more things here tonight. I just realized. Number one, if you folks get communication from Michelle Forsey, please understand that she is the administrator here for this show and for the Facebook Live. So that if you get, a communication from her, she's not some stranger. She's not from Wingnut from out there. She's here. She helps me. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do these shows. So if you get a communication from her, please, just be nice to her, okay? Because she works really hard with this stuff. So thank you for that. Also, I had an individual this afternoon that went online and said that I was a scam artist. Okay. I really wanted to address that, but Michelle wouldn't let me because I have a temper like everybody else. But I do have to say that, I don't charge for these readings, and that's for a purpose. Like I said, this is my give back to spirit. I've worked with spirit and for spirit for many, many years of my life, and it's who I am, and it's a part of me. It's my give back to them for helping me in so many ways in my life. So if that makes me a scam artist, then so be it. But please just know that this comes from my heart. Okay. Yes. You want a private reading? Yes, I do charge for that. Like you, I have bills to pay. I have an income. I need an income and I have rent to pay, so forth. Same as all the rest of you. So, but I'll leave that at that. Hopefully it didn't upset anyone, but I had to say it tonight in order to clear the air. Okay. All right. Jade Blowers. Jade, I'm not getting an Aunt Leona. I'm not hearing this name, but it's a younger person. It's not an older member of the family. He was young when he passed on. Something to do with blood or something within himself, because that's what he's showing me is veins and just blood. Okay. He's saying, don't worry, I finished my education over here. That's important to him. Okay. He said education was very important to the whole family, and that's important to him, that you know that. He's saying he didn't give up. He listened to advice. He listened to what people told him. He said even though he wasn't here to follow through in the physical world, he finished it on the other side. I really feel like he's connected in some way to this Aunt Leona, because he's saying she'll be through it another time, just not tonight. And there is a woman standing behind him. It's like pushing him up front. Okay, I'm assuming that that's her because she's smiling, but I'll leave that message. Okay, hopefully you can understand it, Jade. All right. Okay. All right, folks, like I've said a million times before, I don't direct these readings. It's as spirit directs me to who I'm supposed to give the message to. So just kind of bear with me, okay? Candy DeLong. Candy, there's an older gentleman here. And I use the term gentleman very fondly because I feel this is a man, this is like a grandfather's vibration, but he was a very smart dresser for his time. You would never see him in jeans and an old t-shirt. It was like he always had on nice clothes. He always dressed properly. I believed he worked very much in the professional world. Um, he's showing me papers and books and stuff, maybe a legal sense. I don't know, but I know he was a professional man. And that's the way he presents himself as being dressed. Candy, he's concerned. He's concerned with you that you're not following the path that you're supposed to be doing. Um, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just giving the message that he's giving, okay? And he's saying it's time. It's never too late to go back to school. It's never too late to get the education that you need. You need to be working more with people. Just think about that, and he'll have the answers for you if you just listen. All right. He wants to make sure that you work to your greatest potential. He's saying you haven't done that in a while. You used to, but something happened and you stopped. And he just wants to make sure that you don't lose that energy to keep going forward with your life. That's really important to him. He's saying too many people don't. They just give up, and he doesn't want to see that with you. He wants to make sure that you continue, that you go forward with what you're doing with your life. Okay? And I'll leave that with you. God bless. Okay. All right. I wish I could pronounce his name. Xoshleex said hello. Zashley. I don't mean to murder names here, folks. I really apologize for that. But if you could, in the scroll, come up with the first name, it would really help me here. Okay. I'm asking because there's a lot of animals here, and it's like they're. And yes, animals do come through spiritually as well for people, and for this person in particular, because I feel this person had a great love. Okay, Zachary. Why did I not know it was you? All right, Zachary, do you have something to do with animals? Because these animals are here and they're all around me here. And it's not just one kind of animal. It's like dogs and cats and birds and a little bit of everything. If this isn't something that you're doing now with your life, um, perhaps you should consider working with animals in the future. You have a way of communicating with them that a lot of people wish they had. Okay. Um, Zachary, I hope that helps. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. It's just this is something that you really need to work with. Consider it, please. Okay. All right. Well, you may be allergic to them, but there's ways around it. I don't know. There's something to do with animals that you're missing out on. Okay, is the best way I can explain it. I cannot, excuse me, talk to animals the way some people do. I can only tell you from vibrational wise. These animals are very drawn to you. You have a way, whether, and it doesn't necessarily mean you have to work one on one with them. Maybe it's working in an office or something, but something with animals. Just remember that we talked about it. Even if it makes no sense to you, please, it will in a few days. Could just be a job offer that's coming through that you'll be really good at. I'll leave that for now. All right. Cassandra? Cassandra DeSalis? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I hope I'm not being too forward here when I'm hearing tell Cass I said hi. I feel like a father vibration with him. Tell Cass or Cassie I said hi. A father or a father figure in your life. It wasn't your biological father, it's someone that you looked at like a second dad. He's here with a lot of love. And he's saying there's a lot of explaining that needs to be done, but just not tonight. It's like he's reluctant to do that, but there's a big smile on his face. It's like he said, you know more than what you let on. Wow. Yes, this man has definitely passed on. Okay, that's when I say I work with spirit, I work with people that have passed on, that have left the physical world, have died. Okay, Cassandra, this man, like I said, it's a father or a father figure, someone who you looked at like a second dad. Just remember that I talked about it. If you can't place him right now, that's okay. A lot of times, 2 hours from now, you'll talk to someone else about it and they'll say, well, that was so and so. That happens a lot in this work. So just remember it, all right? Um, he loves you. And he's talking about something about a trip. I don't know if you're planning a trip here. He's telling me that you are. And he's saying, stop putting it off, or stop trying to find reasons not to go, because it's important that you go. It's not so much important to you, but someone else that's going with you. All right, Cassandra. And he just wants to make sure that you take this trip. He says, because there's going to be some very pleasant surprises there that you've needed for a very long time. Okay? I'll leave that with you. God bless. Wow. Oh, you did, Michelle. You did again, Michelle.
Hello.
She has a total aversion to this camera, by the way, much like I did. Still do. All right. Oh. Okay. Well, Cassandra, don't put it off and don't find a reason not to go, because it's important that you do go. Okay. Oh. Adriana LaRusso. As your name was scrolling by, I heard I am not. You said something about him being stubborn, but I heard a male voice saying I am not. So I'm assuming that this is for you. Also hearing broken English with him. Did he speak another language, Adriana? Because I'm having a hard time understanding him, so I have to go to a different level with him. So just bear with me for a minute, okay? All right. Adriana, he's saying, all right, that's why with the accent, that's why I'm having a hard time. Okay, Adriana, he's saying, that apple doesn't fall very far from the tree. He says, you're just as stubborn as I was. Is this your dad or your grandfather? Father's side of the family? Definitely a father's side of the family with him. Okay. I apologize. First of all, I apologize, folks, for the obnoxious things coming up on the feed. We're trying to get a hold of them before they get out there, but that's a little hard to do sometimes. Okay.
Oh, you got yours.
It's right here. Okay. All right.
It's not in mine.
All right. We're working on it, folks. Just bear with us here. All right, Adriana, to get back to you. He's saying that stubbornness is going to get you in trouble the same way it did him. He said there were many times in life when he should have listened, but his stubbornness didn't allow him to, and it caused some problems within the family. He doesn't want to see you repeating this. He's saying you already have repeated it a few times, and he wants that to stop. He's saying it's okay to be stubborn, but sometimes you need to step back and step away from a situation to really see it. He's learned a lot since he's crossed over. He's learned more since he crossed over than he could ever learn here in the physical world, he's saying, because now his defenses are down. But that's a good thing. It's nothing negative. He wants you to know he loves you. He's saying that never changed. We had our problems, he says, but that love was always there. But I feel a good man with him. I feel like he was very much all about the family and the providing and making things right with everyone. Family was very, very important to him. He knows they're important to you too, and all he wants is for you to take care of yourself and to learn to listen a little bit more. Okay? Don't get mad at me. It's the messenger. He's the one saying it. All right, I'll leave that. Hopefully you understand what we're talking about. God bless. All right. Where's Kathy Fisher? All right, hold on. All right, Kathy. Does the name Valerie mean anything to you? I don't very often hear names. And I see, with mom or dad, whatever, but I keep hearing Valerie. All right. Anyway, Kathy, she's just saying hi. Something about a project needs to be finished. Something that you started. You started with her and it never got finished. You have any idea what we're talking about? Because I don't. I just, the way she's talking about it. She's saying you really need to finish that up. You really need to get it done. How are people going to enjoy it if it's not finished, if it's hidden away in a closet? She's telling me you know what I'm talking about. If not, please just think about it. You'll know in a little bit what it is. But she's saying you didn't want to finish it after she left, but it's important that you finish it now because others need to see it. I don't know what it was, but that's the message coming from her. I hope you can understand it. God bless. All right. All right. Is it Lori Johnson? Lori, as your name started to scroll by, I felt someone that's literally put their arms around and just squeeze and give me a big hug, and they're saying, just give her that, send that hug to her. It's coming from a woman. I feel a lot of love, a lot of understanding. There were a lot of tears around her when she was here. Wow. She's saying the tears weren't always hers. They were everybody's. But just know that she loves you. She's aware of the struggles that you're going through, and she's trying to help the best way that she can. Unfortunately, you may not understand that or feel that energy, but she does love you. And the energy is coming through that helps give you, giving you the information that you need to bring it through. All right. I hope that makes sense to you. And she's saying the young ones need to know more. There was an understanding between you and her, and she's saying the young ones need to understand, have a better understanding of things. And sometimes the only way to do that is to tell them what happened. Okay, I'll leave that. God bless. Some of these messages, folks, I really don't want to give, because sometimes just the personal nature of them, and sometimes I can just feel the angst around a message. But the only way I can explain it is I have to give them the way they come in, or the readings will shut down on me. Whether I'm doing this or doing private readings, if I start second guessing and start shutting it out, things go haywire. Okay? All right. Where? Okay, I don't believe I'm hearing that. I'm hearing. God, I wish you guys could hear it. I'm hearing that old song from Hee Haw. Where, oh, where are you tonight? All right. Jody Lasher. I'm hearing this man. Jody, there's a man, and he's saying, I don't know if you're aware of what I'm talking about, but I'm hearing that Hee Haw song, Where, oh, where are you tonight? And it's like I want to just get into this giggle fest, and and that's inappropriate for me here, but um, I want to laugh. I want to feel like this man was a prankster when he was here, and he loved to torment you, Jody. He loved to make you laugh. He loved to make anybody laugh. I hope you understand who I'm talking about. He's saying he still would do it now. Um, it was a comical song. It was Where Are You Tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You found another and you were gone. Okay. All right. Anyway, sorry, folks. Um, but he's doing this, and I want to laugh. And Jody, it's like he wants to torment, he wants to tease, not anything bad, but just to let you know that it's really him. He's saying if he came through any other way, you'd argue from here to the end of time that it wasn't him, and he wants you to know without a doubt it was him. He's also saying he didn't like country music, but that's beside the point. The song's appropriate. Okay. All right. Um, anyway, Jody, know he's here with love and laughter, and he's saying you gotta smile more, sis. You gotta smile more, you gotta laugh more. He says this life is too short to be so serious. Okay? And he's giving that with all the love in the world. So I'll leave that with you. God bless. All right. Is it Lou Miller? Big man standing here. He's saying we didn't have a lot of things in common, but it's that way with a lot of the family. It's okay. We stick together anyway. We did then and we will now. That's important for him. Um, Lou, I hope you understand who I'm talking about here. I feel like a father with him, just very strict, very a disciplinarian. Had a tendency to be a little rough sometimes, but it was all because he expected perfection. He wanted you guys to be good at everything, not just passing by or just passing through life. It's like he wanted to make sure that everybody did what they were supposed to do, that they can. His big thing was you have to contribute, whether it's to the family, to your job, to the world, you have to contribute. And he says, don't lose sight of that. Okay. Well, that's the message that he's bringing through tonight. I hope you understand it. Something that you're doing has him concerned. He's not upset, but he's concerned that you haven't been putting out enough energy or positive energy into it. He's saying you're just getting through, you're just getting by, and that's not acceptable. He wants you to know that you have to give it your all. Um, and just for the record, even in spirit, he is still that perfectionist. He is still that man that very commanding and very demanding when his presence was in a room. Okay? All right. Hopefully you understand that message. So God bless. All right. Take a break here just for a moment, folks. I live on Diet Pepsi and coffee, by the way. All right. Just, a couple reminders. Friday nights is open circle. Please come on in. Never been to circle before. It's a good first time and it doesn't cost you anything. Come on in, enjoy the evening. If you decide to come back for next week, then we ask for a $10 donation per person. Share this video as much as you can. For every time you share, your name will go into a drawing for a free reading at the end of the month. Also, we have classes starting the last week of January. Tuesday the 29th at noon will be one class, and the other class is Thursday evenings from 7 to 8. Excuse me, here in St. Johnsville. If you can PM my Facebook page or send a message through email, however you want to do it, share your physical address with us. I will send you the brochure. There is no commitment. There's no any of that. It's informational. Then you can decide whether or not it's for you. There's a lot of people that do want to do it and start and then find that they, for whatever reason, they drop. But it's an opportunity here, folks. So just remember it, okay? Love to have you here. And I love teaching. That's my big thing in life. Okay. Um, Aaliyah, there's a little one here, and it's like I want to laugh because it's like she's kicking shins and running like crazy. I don't know if this is a I don't think it's one. I know it's not a daughter, but it's someone family related. It's a little boy, and it's like he just wants attention. He just wants you to know that he's here. He's saying, "Tell my mama I said hi." No, this isn't yours. This is someone in your family. But he's just saying, "Tell my mama I said hi." It's like, I want to grab him and throttle him. He's just that, that obnoxious age. But he's coming through with love. He's coming through the way he knows how. So I'll leave that. Hopefully you'll know who it is. You can let me know Friday. Okay? All right. Ashley Reed. Ashley, there is a couple that comes forward here. And I'm hearing, of course, we're proud. You're doing it differently than we would have, but it's okay. It's like they want to praise you. They want to tell you that everything is okay. But at the same time, they also have to make sure that you understand it's not how they would have done things. Okay, does that make sense to you? They're saying sometimes you have a tendency to be a little bit, um, you go forward too quickly. You don't always think about consequences. And that's what they're talking about. They're saying you need to think a little bit more, dear. You need to slow down and think before you act. And you won't have so many difficulties in your life. But they're at the same time, the woman is like she's laughing behind her hand. She doesn't want him to know that she's laughing. He does, of course, but she thinks it's funny. She's saying, "You're so much like me. Your father had the same. Your grandfather, father, whatever. He had the same problem with me. He always used to tell her the same thing." But just so you know, they're loved. They're doing very well. They're very happy where they are, and they're saying, one of their greatest joys at this point is helping others cross over, whether it's family, friends, or just people that they care about. But know that they're doing well, Ashley. Okay? God bless. Okay. Larry Smith. Larry, I have a man standing here. And believe it or not, he's saying, there you go. That one's a hard case. See if you can make him believe I'm here. Wow, talk about a challenge. um, Larry, this man had something to do with fast vehicles, fast motorcycles. I don't know, but everything was done at warp speed in his life. He didn't do anything slowly. And when he decided to do something, it was all or nothing. He's here, he's laughing, he's saying, you're a lot like him. Everything has to be proven to you. He's saying, including, he said, that's how you messed up your arm, because trying to have something proven to you. Now, I don't know what that means. He's saying you do. He's also talking, Larry, have you been having problems with the back? Because as he's standing here, it's like he's massaging shoulders, like the upper back, saying, this really needs to be taken care of. You don't have to deal with this. Just stop being so stubborn, get it taken care of, and you'll feel a lot better. You've got a lot of work to do here. You've got a lot ahead of you. Um, okay, something Larry, did you just purchase a vehicle? I don't know if it's a vehicle or what could be considered a toy, like a four-wheeler or something. He's laughing about it, and he's saying, you'll find out. All right. I keep hearing the old adage, good money going after bad. I just feel there's going to be some mechanical problems here, and you might be getting rid of it a lot sooner than what you planned. And he's saying, don't worry, I'll help with the next one. You see this man a lot in dreams, or you think about him a lot at odd times. Just so you know, that is him. It's not your imagination. That is him. You're very open to his energy, um, because I feel a very strong connection, a strong tie, a love there. Okay? All right. I'll leave that now. God bless. Heather Flint. Heather, there's a woman here, and she's saying, of course, that's the right path. Heather, she's talking about you've always doubted yourself. You always listen to everybody else but yourself. You've never been true to yourself. It always had to be someone else had to give you that direction. She's saying, well, right now, honey, you need to start making that direction on your own. You're doing okay. You're doing it the way you're supposed to be doing it. Know that. And don't let other people convince you otherwise. You're not them, you're yourself. I guess, Heather, what I'm getting with this is that you've always had a hard time. Um, I don't want to say finishing, well, yeah, accomplishing or finishing things that you start. Um, all right, I know that you are following through this time. Show them what you're made of because you've got what it takes. Okay. And I feel like grandparents, mother's side of the family with them, almost great grandparents. I want to say they've been in spirit a long time. I don't even know that you knew them physically, but boy, they know you because you're saying you're like so many of the other family members, and they're smiling with that. That's a good thing. They're saying you come from strong stock, and I'll leave that. Okay. God bless. All right. Okay. Um. Hey, Melissa. How you doing? Melissa Leitner. You're coming back this way sooner than what you planned, but I want to laugh with it. It's like anything that can go wrong is going wrong on this trip. But I'm not upset about it. I'm not, angry. It's like I want to say almost a new adventure for you. It's something that you've needed in your life. You haven't had a lot of laughter because you've been so busy with kids and with life and everything else around you. Um, but you're going to be in for a good time. Just remember that. And I don't know if it means anything to you right now, but the name Nancy is going to be very important with all of it. I don't know why, but I'll leave that. All right. All right. Shannon, Fonda, how are you? I don't understand your question, um, but I do feel a grandmother here. All right. And she keeps patting her chest. She's saying she knows it is. Whatever this is, she knows it is, meaning you, but it's not as bad as what you've been led to believe. There's tremendous healing around you, Shannon. Um, and she wants you to be aware of that. A lot of love coming from her. I also feel a very high energy. Um, all right. Okay. But she wants you to know that you're gonna be fine. Yours isn't what she had, but there's a problem there for you with your lungs. And she's saying, "Just get it taken care of now." And I feel a higher energy than hers, almost like an angel or a spirit guide or an I don't know what term you wanna use. Um, but there's tremendous healing all around you. You're gonna be okay. You just need to follow through, and you need to finish up with some medical testing. It's like, she's telling me that there was some testing that you needed to do that you pushed aside and you haven't told anybody about. And she's saying, "Well, for God's sakes, just do it. Get it over with, do it. You're gonna be okay, but this needs to be cleared up." Okay? I hope that makes sense. You're gonna be fine with it. You just need to get it taken care of and stop brushing it aside. Stop thinking it's gonna go away on its own. Whatever this is needs medical attention. I'm not a medical doctor. I can only tell you what she's telling me. Okay? There is a need for medical intervention, but you're gonna be fine. But you need to follow through and stop putting things off. Okay? I'll leave that with you. Okay. Um, all right. Edward Millington. Edward, there's a group of people that come in for you. And what I'm being told to tell you is that the pride that you're looking for is relative. Their way of showing pride is just being there and just, the pat on the back. They're more concerned that you know that you're headed in the right direction. You're going to make something of yourself, but it's going to be a lot of hard work. And their concern is that you don't have enough stamina, but they want you to know that they'll be here to help you every step of the way if you allow them. You're going to have to push yourself, and you're going to have to push yourself hard. Um, but they're saying you've got what it takes to finish. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Let the pride come through at the end of the struggle, is what I'm hearing. That's when you'll know it's there. Okay? I'll leave that. God bless. Okay, Jalen. Jalen, there's a man standing here. Did he have a breathing problem? All I'm seeing is, you want us to know if he's proud of you, but this man had a breathing problem as well. He's saying that was before. Now there's no problem because it's like he has to show off, kind of like running and just jumping and playing around. He wants you to know that he's perfectly fine. Jalen, have you had a problem with temper lately? Because what I'm hearing, point blank, please excuse me for being so blunt, was his boy, that temper is going to get you in a world of hurt. And he just wants you to get a handle on that. He's saying you're hurting a lot of people around you because when the temper flares, you're hurting people, and he's concerned that it doesn't have to be like that. He's also going, use your head, think a little bit more. You'll get through it. You'll be okay. If you want things better, you need to work on making yourself better in the process. I hope that makes sense, and I'll leave that. Okay, we only got a few more minutes left here, folks. Um, Again, if you're interested in the classes, the psychic development and mediumship, please private message me with your physical address so I can send you through the brochure. It doesn't commit you to anything. It just gives you the information so that you can make a choice if you think it's something that you would like to partake in. Also, circles on Friday night are the same way. Um, You come in once, it doesn't cost you anything, so you can find out for yourself. If it's something that you enjoy and that you want to come back in, then we ask for a $10 donation. Folks, I know at the top of the feed it has a place to send in donations. If anyone feels so inclined, even a dollar helps because we're trying desperately to come up with the money to get a building, to put everything into a more professional atmosphere. We think it would help on so many levels. So if you're so inclined, it would be greatly appreciated. Um, I think that's about it on the announcements. Okay, I'll do, excuse me, just a couple more here real quick. All right. Lori, yes. Lori Lazuski. Yes, if spirit are healthy on the other side, yes, they are. Whatever problems they had here in the physical world, they no longer have there. That it's perfect health. It's if you understand that, it's an old saying that you're born to die. When you're born into this world, you have a vessel, and that's your physical body. And when your spirit or your soul is done expressing in that physical body, it sheds it. Then that's what we call death. Well, the spirit goes on. The spirit does not die. The spirit is indestructible. That's the God connection that we all have. And it doesn't matter who you believe God to be, it's there. Um, but yes, when we leave this physical world, whatever problems we had here, they're gone. Whether they were self-inflicted or otherwise, the issues that you're having. But I've never, they'll come through and they'll show me things like, someone will show me that he's walking with a stooped cane. That's how you would remember him. But, and then they stand up straight and say, look at me, I'm walking now. Okay. It's kind of funny, but all right. Okay. Couple more. All right. Kathy Gom, is it? Hi, Kathy. Kathy, were you looking for a young woman here? Because she's standing here and it's like she's peeking around my shoulder saying, tell her I'm here very quietly. And, go, shh, tell her I'm here. See if she notices me. A lot of laughter with her. She's saying we had such good times. She's saying that's the only thing she misses. It's the only thing she misses is the times that you and her were together because she said you used to pull some stunts. And she's saying some were so good as others, but she's laughing about it. Just know that she's here. She loves you. She misses you. I'm also hearing from her, I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye. Something happened at the time of her crossing where she didn't get the chance to physically say goodbye to you. And she wants you to know that that's the only regret she has, but she's well, she's happy. And boy, okay, have fun with that. Just know that she's here, okay, and that she loves you. God bless. All right. So Jeff Warner. Jeff, there's a man that stands here, and I feel like a lumberjack with him. Would you know who I'm talking about? He, I don't know if he was a lumberjack, but he dressed like one. I'm seeing the flannel shirts, the jeans, the belt, the boots, the whole 9 yards here. And he's saying sometimes you need to change direction in life. Jeff, it's like he's saying that to you to really think things through. Sometimes you need to change direction, that the direction you're headed isn't always the one you're supposed to be headed in. I feel almost like a grandfather with this. Like I said, I don't know that he wore these type of clothes when he was here, but that's what he puts me in mind of as a lumberjack. It's a very physical laboring person. His hands aren't soft and, like an office person. An office man his hands are softer and gentler. This man's hands are very rough, very coarse. He worked with his hands a lot. And it's just the style of clothing he's showing me. All he's saying, Jeff, is that you need to rethink some direction in your life. He's saying something isn't right. You know that, but you'll have the answer soon. He's showing me another man walking into your life that's offering an opportunity, and he's saying, jump on it. Just jump on it, go for it. You're going to do well. Okay? Folks, I think that's about it for tonight. I know I'm closing like 5 minutes early. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Okay. I do ask, first of all, thank you all for joining us. If you can, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We are trying to build something here. As soon as our numbers get up there, I could be getting paid from YouTube to sit here and do this. And either way, I would welcome it. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue. Whether it's Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights, I thank you for all your support, your positive energy. Help us get this forward, get it out there, let people know what we're all about. Okay? God bless. See you next Tuesday night on Facebook. If not, hopefully Friday. I'd love to be able to put names to faces. Thank you and God bless.